Yo, what's going on? We are back, episode 24 of the Off the Top Rope podcast. My car cannot inspire against me. I am always going to get in the studio no matter what. Once again, one half the greatest tag team in the world, Chris, known as Southside Woodall on Twitter, my tag team partner, of course.
Yo, it's your boy Barry. What up, though? Back from the 313, man. Glad to be here right on time, man. Couldn't miss this week's show, man.
Yeah, man.
Happy to be here, man. Talking some graps, man. You know, my 2 cents of the week. If you want to do something, go do it. Catch the flight. Go to the event. Go to the movies by yourself. Just do whatever you want to do that makes you happy.
Yeah.
Life is too short. Just live your life, man. That's my random ass quote of the day or quote of the week. So,
amen to that. Well, we're gonna have a shortened episode today because of multiple things. Mostly, you know, my car deciding to go into business for itself. So honestly, we don't have to fully review SmackDown. There are some notables though, as is always the case. And then, of course, our weekend headlines. We could probably spend a little more time on that than we usually do, just kind of get into it. So we can start. Over the weekend, WWE dropped about 4 teasers, each of people just, I guess, walking in a hallway or walking into a room. People speculated it was a lot of things. A lot of people said it was a new faction. A lot of people thought it was the return of, I know some people thought it was the return of Gunther. Some even speculated that it was a return teaser for Chris Jericho. And honestly, as mad as the end result made me, I am so glad it wasn't that. Even though I know it's inevitable, I'm just thinking to myself, I can't imagine if they wasted about 4 something minutes of my time for me to ultimately find out it was for Chris Jericho. So the teasers end up being for the, I guess, ultimately a commercial / trailer, and then the poster for WrestleMania 42, which is in Las Vegas. The commercial and teasers featured Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Paul Heyman, Triple H, and Brock Lesnar. So I thought the poster was okay, save for you-know-who. Actually, no, I'm not going to lie. Let me get your thoughts first before I fully...
So, this started,
Like, it was on Sunday, I think.
Sunday. At like 3 in the morning, 3, 4 in the morning. So, you know, you wake up. You know, so I'm going to say, quick shout out to Twitter. Twitter, my For You page is mostly wrestling, gambling, and Detroit sports. So, shout out to, you know, the For You page of Twitter of letting me see this. Because, you know, sometimes you miss some stuff on the timeline. So, shout out to, you know what I'm saying, the wrestling IWC for putting this on my timeline. You know, we see some dress shoes walking down the hallway. And, of course, it's, you know, 8 seconds. Not a lot of, you know what I'm saying, not a lot. You can't really dissect too much into that. So, you know, I check the comments. Oh, this could be Gunther returning. Oh, what if this is Andrade? What if this is Santos?
Yeah.
What if, you know what I'm saying, the fantasy booking to me is excited. You know what I'm saying? In a couple of days, we're getting more and more videos. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, this is creative might be back, man.
Yeah,
like
we're doing something, right?
We're intrigued. And then, you know, unfortunately, you know, wrestling journalism spoils stuff, and it's just like, oh, this is just, you know.
Oh, see, I won't even say that because, well, kind of, but not really. And I only say this because I saw like the first 3 videos of shoes. I'm like, okay, it's a faction.
Yeah.
Then I see distinctly, because he only wears these shoes on TV every time he shows up.
Big ass boot cut jeans.
Yeah, them boot cut jeans. I said, oh,
boot cut jeans. The wide ass boot cut jeans with some skinny, narrow loafers. It's like, all right, bro.
I'm watching that shit. I'm like, are you niggas trying to soft launch Brock Lesnar into the vision, bro? Like, just fucking do it, bro. We already kind of see it coming.
We already y'all just killed all the momentum, man.
Dog, it's so funny. It was like collectively, as soon as everybody seen the jeans and the shoes, they said, yeah, bro, like I'm out. Nobody even cared what it was anymore.
The one thing I'm mad about is like, okay, if you're going, right, okay, we can't dodge him. He's big market, whatever you want to say, the entertainment of professional fighting, whatever you combat fighting.
Supposedly.
You know, all right, like you said, supposedly. But for the end result to be, it was what, 3 videos? It was 3 or 4 videos?
It was like 3 or 4 videos of niggas walking. Boom, then some hands on the podium.
Boom. You got 3 or 4 videos. The end result being the guys who it was, you could have just kept that. You could have kept Brock out of that and just had him pop up. That would have been so much better in my opinion, because you could have had Cody. He's a suit guy, so he's gonna wear he's gonna wear the dress shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was like, "Why is the Booker?"
And that's what I was kind of going to get into. So look, I ain't gonna lie. So previously, I did not have a problem with like Triple H coming out at the beginning of these shows, like popping his shit, like, because to me, in my mind, when this was first happening, I was like, Triple H supposed to be dead, bro. Like Triple H supposed to be dead a couple years ago. And on top of that, the WWE was shit before Triple H got his hands on it. Could it be better now? Absolutely. But the WWE is very much shit before Triple H got his hands on it, bro.
Listen.
So in my mind, I was like, yeah, like, nigga, come out there and pop your shit. Fuck what these niggas talk about. But now I'm kind of just like, it's egregious. Like, and some people are like, when did Vince ever put himself on the poster if he wasn't featured in the show or if he wasn't wrestling? I was like, well, hate to agree with you niggas, but you got a point. Because if you go look at every poster like that he is on, he's wrestling on that show. Triple H is no longer an on-screen character.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody in the audience for the most part knows like what his hand is in the product. But you're not an on-screen character. Why are you dead center in the WrestleMania poster? And it's like, obviously we know both the Pauls, Paul Levesque and Paul Heyman, are like the ones who like kind of make the creative decisions. Mm-hmm. So obviously them standing next to each other like makes sense from that standpoint. But again, Paul Heyman's an on-screen character. Everybody at that table is an on-screen character. You are not.
Yeah.
And another thing I didn't like, I don't know. First off, I don't know if Brock Lesnar was AI'd in that video or what. Maybe he wasn't. He just looked fucking terrible.
Yeah, he looked sleepy as hell.
He looked sleepy as fuck. Looked like he had an allergic reaction.
Eyes baggy as hell, but look, nigga.
On top
tired.
of that, because I hate when like CM Punk gets put in unfavorable positions because niggas just grandstand on the internet about it for like 3 days. He's like, oh, like he's standing for somebody sitting next to Brock Lesnar. Like, bro, shut up. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. I don't know, bro. That shit, a lot of that shit just rubbed me the wrong way.
Like we said, man, like Paul, like Triple H being like on the face of the poster. But to that point, I just want to be like, if you want to bring together like more people back into like the mixed WWE, they were like DX was big, Triple H was, you know what I'm saying, a part of that role of the Attitude Era, and then later in the early 2000s. So I guess, if you want to throw his face out there to make it like, oh, Triple H still, got his hands in the game, or quote unquote funny pun, but it's just, and then kind of what rubbed me the wrong way is like, yo, we got 6 months. Like, do we really need this like right now? Like,
so I'm not mad at them for advertising. I am mad that you I'm mad that you did the whole cryptic thing. And it's like, niggas was excited because they thought it was like, you got us kind of hyped for a trailer. And I ain't gonna, I don't know if, I ain't gonna say it didn't deliver. Like, it was okay. And I will give them credit where credit is due, because there's a lot of talk about like posters for pay-per-views aren't necessarily creative anymore as they used to be, like when we were growing up. Like, like I remember when it would be like New Year's Revolution or something, they would do a whole, like, niggas would get in costume. Like, I vividly remember a Triple H and Shawn Michaels one where they were fucking dressed up like the niggas who wrote the Declaration of Independence or whatever.
Oh, and then like, the SummerSlam ones, everybody's like in a pool.
Yeah, in a pool.
Like
they do a commercial. They grilling and shit. Like
Independence, they do like like American made stuff. So yeah.
So like, I'll give them that. Like, you niggas did something, I guess, slightly creative, but like, it just doesn't feel like you should have.
I don't know. It's just like the end result just really what it couldn't have been. Because I'm not gonna lie, like the trailer of the movie, that was kind of cool. Like them sitting together, you got your three biggest guys of the company like at a poker table, and then in kayfabe, I wish Seth could have been up there because he's a big part of what's going on now. But I guess that would have been more complaining of, why is Seth in a poster with Paul Heyman when part of me wonders if like I don't know when this was filmed, but like I wonder if it like changed because of that. Oh yeah, that's a good point. So.
Like, I wonder if, like, at one point he was going to be there, but then, like, shit changed. Or, because for the most part, we know how Seth Rollins feels morally about certain things that happened. So I wonder if he just kind of said, like, hey, like, I'm not doing it. But I don't know.
And hopefully, somebody comes complaining, hopefully we get a women's one. That would be cool, too.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Just a drop ball, you know what I'm saying? In my opinion, it could have been done differently. We got, it's like I said, 6 months, I think 6 or 7 months until WrestleMania actually is. Do you really need to promote it this soon? You know, but you know, I'm not at the table, so I can't really complain too much. You know.
Yeah.
So, but it was, you know, good little 2 days of fun speculation. You know, we appreciate them for trying to, you know, bring us together. But
I will say, I looked at a 2-day ticket. First off, that shit is still outrageous, but it might be doable for me this year. So I don't know. We'll see. Still trying to work out some type of Hail Mary miracle to go see John Cena's last match, to be quite frank. So I don't know. We'll see. Goldberg.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, really. Really, that's all I need to say. But we got to make sure we feel this whole Howard. What the fuck, bro? Because this is not his first time complaining about Oscar. And I'm just like, what? It's like, I don't want to discount what Goldberg like did for the business in the whole, bro. Because them niggas was kicking WWE ass in the 90s, bro. Make no doubt about it. And Goldberg was a big reason behind it. But nigga, Oscar is 10 times the wrestler that you ever were, bro.
It just makes me feel like, damn, bro. When I get old, I hope I'm not a hater like that, bro. Because it's like,
man,
bro, like I can see if it. Damn, I can see if he was like a scrub, bro. But it was Oscar.
Dog.
Like, if you knew like about NXT, Oscar was like the shit, and her stuff was credible. Like,
yeah,
she's a good wrestler. Character work is amazing. Like, she's doing real work. Like, a shout out to WWE for doing like the video package. I saw that online of like highlighting her career these last 10 years. Like,
yeah.
She's not a scrub. Like, it's not like you got
Goldberg talking like they had Karrion Kross go out there and beat his undefeated streak, bro.
Yeah,
like what?
Like, it was like James Ellsworth or something.
Yeah, like what the
bro,
fuck?
It's Oscar. She like was the shit in Japan, the shit in NXT, and she was the shit in WWE, bro. It's not like
she been that everywhere she went, bro.
It's
like,
not
what are we talking about, man? And then my thing was, again, this is not the first time he complained, but this nigga, I don't know who interviewed him, but he was like, yeah, they had some girl go out and beat my streak. I said, what the fuck?
Bro? Like, you know,
I said, what? Do you know who Oscar is?
The Empress.
Some girl, like, Bill, come on, bro. And while we on the subject, I'm still waiting on him to talk about whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you said, like, we said it was like he was gonna be on the way whenever his like contract.
Yeah, we just never heard shit else.
Yeah, like
nigga said he could talk in 2 weeks, and we didn't hear shit 2 weeks after that. I don't know why.
Pussy.
Yeah, nigga scared. Niggas is scared.
Like, bro, like, who are you? Like, bro, we just saw you. All right, we just saw you get gassed and like, oh, your knees buckling like.
Gunther carried you to a 4.25, brother. Don't get me wrong. I was caught up in the nostalgia that night. Nigga, I was cheering for you. But like, Gunther carried you to a 4.25, nigga. Don't ever forget that.
Like, old nigga just behave, bro. Like, let's just sit back
fucking
and
hate,
bro. Like, it's Oscar. Like, I can see if it was like Kareem getting mad at like Shay for foul, like some bullshit like that.
It just doesn't make sense, bro.
Like it's Oscar, bro. Like, she's not a scrub. She's one of the best in the world, in the whole world. She wins everywhere she goes. She's credible everywhere she goes. Like, then some girl, bro. Like, just read the room, bro. Like,
yeah, read the fucking room, dude.
You wasn't like, I'm sure Andre the Giant didn't like shit on you or somebody like that. Like,
I mean, well, Andre was dead, but yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. My fault. I get what you mean. Oh shit. No, I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
Who wrote that in my script, man?
Oh man. Bret Hart was right about you, nigga. Just remember that. Bret Hart was right about you, Bill. Congratulations to both Blake Monroe and Tatum Paxley. At Halloween Havoc, Blake Monroe became the new North American champion by beating what I guess would be the interim champion, Zarya, since Sol Ruka is injured. So congratulations to Blake Monroe. And congratulations to Tatum Paxley, man. NXT Women's Champion, dude.
Well deserved, you know what I'm
well
saying?
deserved.
Been on the business, been in NXT for a little bit grinding, so you know what I'm saying? Hey, let's like, sometimes you gotta shut the fuck up, man. You know, this is wrestling is year round. The storyline's gonna keep evolving. Like, I see people mad about Lash Legend. I hate being like the guy who's all right, listen, everything can't be like a black and white story, man. Like, some stuff just gotta let it play out, man. She's gonna get her time. They love her in the business. I'm sure she's gonna be champion one day. And like, we forget, Bianca was never NXT champion, women's champion NXT.
Yeah, that is true. Like you not being NXT women's champion doesn't necessarily like dictate your success. Becky Lynch wasn't the NXT champion until she like went back a couple years ago.
Yeah, like Roman was never NXT champion. Like, it's okay, bro. Like, everything. I know y'all. Do freedom fighters. I'm with y'all, but sometimes let's just let the storyline play out. Yeah. I'm sure she's gonna get what she's getting in due time. Like we said, man, the stuff needs a reset. She probably will be in the forefront in the future. Be all right. You feel what I'm saying? Blake Monroe, congrats. Good thing you joined the Fed. You feel what I'm saying? You got what you got. Tatum Paxley back to her, well deserved. Dang, who did she beat again? JC Jane. Another well deserved. Got her a good run. Beat Stephanie. Crazy upset of the year it might be, and whenever it's time to regroup everything during the year. So shouts out to her for doing a great run. Hopefully she gets called up soon because she did her thing. She is putting on really good matches, like she said. We was there at Evolution. Her match versus Jordan Grace was a banger. Didn't expect it. So yeah, shouts out to everybody NXT doing their thing. The Hardy Boys, they lost their titles.
Yep.
Jeff, I hope you taking a Epsom salt bath.
Yo, somebody messaged me while I was at One Music Fest. And they messaged the group. And I was like, there's no way I just seen Jeff Hardy do a swanton off a 25-foot ladder in 2025. I said, bro, anything. I said I didn't even have to watch the match to know. Anything that is a suicide mission in 2025 is two people who's absolutely gonna do it, and that's Jeff Hardy and Darby Allin, bro. Like, no questions asked. Them niggas will bump off of anything, bro. Them niggas do not care. They just love the game, bro. That's it. They just love the game. But yeah, man. Again, congratulations to Blake Monroe. Congratulations to Tatum Paxley. Both well deserved. Interested to see where the reigns both go. We will move into our SmackDown notables. SmackDown didn't really move me too much on Friday. We're still in the whole, I guess, the infancy stages of the whodunit with Jacob and Drew, but me and you have already kind of given our belief on who we think it is, which is Randy Orton, if you weren't tuned in last week.
If it is Jimmy,
I did hear somebody say it might be Jimmy. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like the reasoning, but at the same time, you can't keep doing this whole like round around in circles thing with the bloodline story, because that's what it is essentially. Like,
bro, imagine Saturday.
Yeah,
Jay goes for the pin, he gets pulled out.
Yeah.
Who's that in the black hoodie?
Yeah, like they can't keep going in circles with this. So there needs to be, on the off chance that it is Jimmy that did this, and the conspiracy theory, or I ain't gonna say conspiracy theory, but the theory I heard was like Jimmy just kind of doesn't want things to go back to the way they were before. Obviously, Bloodline is a toxic family. Roman treated both of them a certain way. Even Jay treated Jimmy a certain way when he was like the right-hand man. And is treating Jimmy a certain way now. So yeah, I can kind of see that. But I think Randy Orton would be like the best option, just in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
So we had two turns on SmackDown. We had a returning Jade Cargill turning heel on Tiffany Stratton. And you could argue the Mello turn happened a couple weeks ago, but I guess we officially got it with this promo about The Miz and about what's next for Mello. And we officially got like a babyface Mello. We could talk a little bit about both. And I would start with Jade and just saying, like, I kind of feel like this is where she should have been all along. I think she wasn't necessarily as comfortable as a babyface. Like, it worked, but it just, I don't want to say she, because it's like she wasn't a stereotypical babyface. And sometimes you don't need a stereotypical babyface, but you could just tell she wasn't necessarily comfortable in that role. Like, Jade is very much like a smack talker, like very confident in what she does, and feels like she can back it up. So I feel like her being a heel always should have been her thing. Like, her heel work at AEW was like excellent, and I think it kind of like benefited her more for like the squash matches she was having there, and it probably would have benefited her more for the squash match she had while she was in WWE.
Yeah, I'm with you. When this happened, I was really excited because, like you said, if you knew Jade from AEW, her moveset, powerhouse heel. I'm like, end this match quickly. I'm gonna talk my shit. I'm that bitch. And when she came to to the Fed, it was cool for a little bit. Her teaming up with Bianca and Naomi, two veterans who could like show her the ropes. The storyline with her and Naomi it was a good storyline, but it just felt like it could have been reversed character work wise because Naomi is a great heel. Jade, like we said, is better as a heel. You know, it probably would have been better if Jade could have turned on Bianca. I think that would have been a more emotional storyline, and that probably would have went better because Bianca is like so loved, and like people have said, she might have like that John Cena face personality where like you really turn Bianca heel.
Yeah.
So we gotta like make somebody be the bad guy in her situation. I think Jade, that would have been great. But you know what I'm saying? I think she needed better ring work. Jade has been looking better week by week. Her moveset's better, charisma's better. You know, like on her backstage promo after she beat up Tiffany was great. It's believable.
Yep.
And she's with the right person. I think, you know, she can learn a thing or two from Drew McIntyre. Because, you know, Drew, his heel run has been amazing these last couple of years. To people who know how to work the internet, I would love to see Jay get a little more feisty on the internet. I think that would be perfect. You know, this turn on Tiffany was needed because, like we said, SmackDown's women's division, it's been kind of flat without Bianca. You know, Tiffany has been putting on good matches. She's been looking right, but this overturn of her versus Nia and then her versus Jay was really getting nowhere. It was getting stale, was getting boring. SmackDown just needed a refresh, and I think Jay coming back, scar her face. It's something fresh we needed, and then that injury work spot might have been a blessing in disguise. So I'm excited to see where they go from this. So makes me excited for Saturday night. So I'm really here for the Jay heel turn.
Yeah. Now with babyface Melo, I kind of always thought like, when maybe this was just because maybe he was in NXT like a little too long. I thought like heel Melo was like much better. It fits him. Like he's naturally this cocky guy. Again, somebody who can back it up. But I welcome this just simply because like we saw what they were kind of doing with heel Melo. It wasn't much of anything. Like occasionally he put on a couple banger matches, etc. Obviously we have to get past this chapter with the Miz, see where that goes. But this is a pretty good start. I'll say that. Like, it's a pretty good start. Obviously, like, we know, again, we have to get through this chapter with The Miz because that matchup hasn't happened. And I don't think it's just going to end after a couple attacks on the stage by both and calling it even though Melo wants it to be. But, yeah. Good start. I'm interested.
I'm here for more screens off of Melo. We're always here. We've been big Melo guys from the beginning. You know, I used to watch him in NXT. Guy puts on great matches. He's charismatic, great in-ring worker. You put a mic in his hand, he gonna deliver. You know, he's with one of the consistent guys and being the Miz. I don't know when they're gonna fight. We know who should win. It should be Melo. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that's what happens. Excited to see what they do for Melo. And like the Miz said in his interview, if you want Melo to like keep going, let's react to him. Let's cheer him. Let's keep the interactions going on Twitter and the internet because we do want Melo. You know what I'm saying? He is the future of this company. We're in good hands. You know, Melo is one of the guys who can deliver, naturally charismatic, naturally good in-ring worker. I'm just hoping that they keep pushing this button, they keep doing their thing with Melo because he is the future of this business, and excited to see where they go from here. You know, him being a face, I mean, some guys, they just get it. I think Melo is a good guy. Like in NXT, you be a face for like half your tenure, here for half your tenure. They see what they like. So let this be like little trial run of air for Melo. If he works good as a face, let's keep this thing going, see where it goes from there. Get some Melo merch hopefully soon, and then, you know, when it is time for him to get in his natural heel bag, hopefully it's the right time. More reaction from the people because, like I said, Melo is the future. So I just hope they do right booking wise because Melo don't miss, man. You know,
absolutely.
So excited to see what they do from here.
And our first look at the Zelina Vega Aleister Black pairing. Cool entrance. I'm still not 100% sure like what I'm seeing just because I honestly I didn't expect it to be put in such a prominent spotlight so early, and of course that being that Ilya Dragunov continued the U.S. Open Challenge tradition, and like the first person to answer was Aleister Black. I didn't expect him to like again be like in something prominent so early, so I'm still not fully sure of what the character can be. But also, as we kind of predicted, like this thing with like him and Damian Priest isn't necessarily over either, as we saw. So I don't know what to make of it just yet. I don't really have much to comment. I don't know if you had anything.
Presentation was amazing. Aleister he's a decent talker. We've seen Zelina with Andrade in NXT. she could be one of the best managers in the business right now. She's a great talker, charismatic. A little disappointed in Damian Priest coming back this early. I wish they could have held it off for a little bit longer, with the whole firebomb in his face and then the kick through the table or kick, through the table in a last man standing match. If you want to make that match seem as important as it is, maybe next week I would have had Damian come back, but I guess a good way to present Alistair and show off what him and Zelina could be is to put him in a title picture with Ilya, see how the crowd reacts to that. But I don't know where we go from here with Drew and Alistair. With Damian and Alistair. What is the ceiling for this? Because I guess Damian gets the next one up, and then we have another best of 7 series. So
yeah, this definitely has to end at some point. Yeah. But because you've given so much juice to and new life to Aleister Black's character, it kind of has to end with Aleister Black going over.
Yeah, that's my only issue with that is then, like I said, Priest coming back so soon. It's only been a week. I guess we get, maybe a segment or something this Friday, and then maybe another match announced. So, I don't know. That's my only issue, creative booking-wise, is just, it's like a rinse and repeat. And then if Damian loses again, what do we do for Damian's character from then? Because he's lost to Drew at WrestleMania. I guess he technically lost that feud against Drew. So I'm just see where do we go from here with Damian Priest, because...
Oh, nah, he won. I thought the last match they had was that Saturday night's main event when he chair-toed.
Okay, yeah. So that's my only issue, is just booking Priest from now on, because they have high faith in him. He's one of the guys they see value in. So that's just my only issue, just how they're going to book Priest from this. If it is time for a switch-up, I've said it a couple times, he's all right as a face, but I think he does better as a heel sometimes because he's really charismatic. So we'll see, man. That's my only issue. My little 2 cents of Priest is just how they gonna creatively book him with, trying to get Alistair over. That's really about it.
Yep. All right. We are going to move into Monday Night Raw. And we open with a face-to-face between the 2 challengers for the World Heavyweight title, CM Punk and Jey Uso. And I gotta be honest, man, I'm a little disappointed. So this face-to-face had the potential to be so much more. Just in terms of, there's several ways it could have gone. CM Punk could have verbally undressed Jey Uso in the same manner that John Cena did Austin Theory. I know that was floating around on the internet. Hell, he could have kind of sold me on the match in the same way that he did when he was going against Gunther at SummerSlam. I just didn't get that from this interaction. Now, I don't know if that's more on him. I don't know if that's more on Jay. I didn't feel much, bro. But a lot of people kind of think, and a lot of people were saying, the eyes tell the story, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Some people think he kind of phoned it in for this promo, and some people think he kind of phones it in for programs he doesn't particularly care about. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I just think maybe it was just an off night for CM Punk, man. I don't know, but I didn't feel much from this, and nothing Jay said really. Not that I was really expecting it to, but nothing Jay said necessarily sold me on it either.
Yeah, a little tough segment to build up. One of your best titles in the business. 2 over guys. Somebody was mentioning that, hey, y'all complain about Jay, but when them lights cut on them TV shows, the energy is there, the emotion is there. Same way with Punk, he still gets the crowd going each and every minute. Event could have been better. I just hope this match delivers. That's really it, because we know how it is. The promos could be blah, skeptical, but once the bell rings, we need a good show. So I'm hoping whoever writes, produces this match, they give us something good, because like we've been saying last couple of weeks, Jay winning the Battle Royal, Jay's storyline from what's been going on recently has been kind of blah, behind the scenes, because, when the bell does ring, is Jay going to give us what we, the crowd, want out of him? Mm-hmm. Punk, he's an older guy, so we got to appreciate what we can from Punk. Is he going to give us, these great moments, classics in the ring? We don't know. So like I said, man, I just hope creatively whoever produces the match give us something good, because we know Jay gets a lot of hate on the internet when it's time when the bell does ring, and then Punk, one of the most beloved guys in the business. So Saturday, I'm just hoping for something good, man, because that'll erase everything from going on these last couple of weeks, from the Seth stuff, the Battle Royal, the kind of bleh promos that's been happening these last couple of weeks, the backstage segments, like the Jay and Jimmy stuff really isn't. It's not hitting as much as the people we thought it should hit. Bloodline, storyline wise. So I'm just ready for Saturday at this point, man.
Like, for what it's worth, though, CM Punk is one of those where like I know he can pull something from somebody.
Yeah.
And for what it's worth, like, it's a couple times this year where I feel Jay has rose to the occasion. The rematch for the World Heavyweight Championship with Gunther on that Monday Night Raw in Phoenix stands out to me, as well as the King of the Ring semis with Cody Rhodes. Like, those both stand out to me as times that, like, Jay has kind of risen to the occasion.
That match with Seth, was that this year?
He did have a match with Seth. I do believe that was this year.
That was a really underrated match.
I think for the most part, like, he definitely rises to the occasion when it calls for it. I expect this to be the case in this matchup. Like, I really do hope so. And usually when friends wrestle, like, it's a little more intense, it's a little more real, a little more stiff. So we will see. But on the subject of Jey Uso, has Jey officially mastered the art of gaslighting his family? Because he kind of just tells Jimmy, like, hey, I ain't mean to throw you out, but, like, I'm like, come on, Jay. You didn't mean to throw him out. You didn't see him on the rope, bro. Like, all over it.
We caught you in 4K, brother. Like,
caught you in 4K.
Netflix is clear.
Don't lie.
Netflix is clear as possible, brother.
Yeah. Roman Reigns is teaching him some shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, like I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of excited. Like, Jay and Jimmy are getting, like, because they're great characters. Like, they're funny. They're naturally funny. I'll be laughing at Jay whenever Jay gets serious. Like, it's kind of hilarious. Like, you try to take him seriously. Like, he kind of doesn't stutter, but it's like he's like overhyped sometimes. So this is kind of funny. Like, it was a cool segment. It's like, breaking the fourth wall is like, huh? You've been with the tribal chief a little bit, huh? You've been taking some notes, huh?
Yeah.
So I'm just excited to see what they go from this storyline from here. Like, who knows what happens Saturdays? We'll get into that later. So, but
I ain't gonna lie, it seemed like they was dangling Jimmy and Jay again, and I want to reiterate, we don't need to see that shit again, man. I had to brave the Philadelphia cold and watch that shit, bro. The best part about that match was the video package. That was it. Penta versus Rusev. Again. Don't really have much to say about the match itself. Obviously, the story in the background of this is, even if he wasn't directly involved, Dominic finding a way to somehow cheat and get his way whenever possible. The Judgment Day did not seem too interested in helping Dominic, kind of stave off Penta or Rusev. So Dominic calls in, a favor from El Grande Americano, and they El Grande Americano and Los Americanos, interfere with the match. No contest. Dominic thinks he's got the one up, and Pierce, like, eventually later on in the night lets him know, like, hey, like, I don't know why you think you 2 steps ahead of everybody. Now you defending your title against both of these niggas. So looking forward to that. It's Saturday night's main event. I ain't gonna say the Judgment Day, like, breakup is kind of being, like, drug out, man. It's very clear that, like, Finn really not fucking with this nigga, and it's been that way for like half of the year. And JD seems to kind of be getting on board too.
I've seen, like, some Raquel stuff going on too. She's kind of getting fed up with him.
Like, Roxanne is, like, the only one, and, like, I think eventually that's gonna fade. So I do think, again, I know this is kind of like hinging on Liv Morgan, like, coming back, and maybe that's why they're kind of trying to prolong it. But if that's the case, then, like, you can't keep telling the story of week after week after week after week of like, Finn Balor's tired of this nigga, JD's getting tired of, like, you got to show some cohesiveness amongst the group, at least until, like, you're ready to ramp the story up and get this shit over with. But with that said, like, obviously Dominic benefits the most from, like, a separation of the group. I think, like, he is clearly the star. I feel like I can't truly say what the goal was when he joined Judgment Day, other than to like get him away from Rey Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if anybody thought he'd be as big a star as he is right now, and obviously that star is only growing. But the Judgment Day has served its purpose for Dominic Mysterio. Like he very much doesn't need this group anymore. And in a year, we might be saying the same thing about Roxanne or Raquel, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like it's very much served its purpose.
We saw that with Priest. He got the way he got over. We saw that obviously with Rhea. She got crazy over. So yeah, Dom, hopefully we get some, hopefully the results of Saturday's match changes some things, and then hopefully the Monday segment changes some. We get a little bit more closer in the storyline's finish, because like you said, man, it's been 13 years, 46 hours, 27 minutes, and 30 seconds of just, when is this going to blow up? Because the writing's been on the wall for a while. So, yeah. Getting ready for something fresh, man, not going to lie.
Roxanne versus Nikki Bella. I don't know. It was a little mad for me. I feel like it could have went a lot better. Big win for Roxanne, though.
Yeah, I'm glad she's getting like some. Yeah. She's getting more screen TV time.
More TV time, getting prominent wins. I think it's
over like credible people.
Yeah, like listen, people can feel how they want to feel about Nikki Bella, but like kayfabe wise, that's one of the biggest names you can beat in the women's division.
Yeah, really.
She's a Hall of Famer, multiple time women's champion, like all that. So big win for Roxanne. Obviously, me and you've already kind of talked about how we feel like this Nikki and Stephanie Vaquera alliance is gonna go.
The writing's on the wall.
It's clearly Nikki Bella eventually gonna backdoor Stephanie Vaquera for a shot at that belt. Slamming out the youngins, man. You know, the old vet just trying to go along for one last ride, and
maybe Wade Barrett was right.
Yeah, maybe Wade Barrett was right, man. You niggas got that Wade Barrett on Twitter and was like, why would he say that? Again, last week was the most obvious "I'm going to backdoor you" eventually the speech that I've ever heard. Like, yeah, we haven't been friends for a long time, bro. Stephanie, bro, please, please. Braun Breaker versus LA Knight.
God damn it.
Again. Honestly, I'm not moved by this. It was a little clunky.
Just win. Just win, man. Like look, it's like I thought about this earlier. I was like, dang, bro. Like growing up, we was like, how did Dusty never win a title? How did Mr. Perfect never win a title? How did Rowdy probably never win a title as well? Booking, no, it's just miss.
It's very frustrating to talk about LA Knight's booking because I just don't know. I don't know what changes. Like he cut the promo and was like, yeah, like whoever wins a Saturday night's main event, like I'm coming after you. And like obviously, I hope that is the plan, but it's just like, where do we go?
Like, I know I said like wrestling is like a long term thing, it's a year round thing, and they wait for these big moments, but just give us some hope, please.
Sometimes it's okay. I just think everything doesn't have to happen at WrestleMania, SummerSlam, the Royal Rumble, or what. Like, bro, sometimes
you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, like sometimes you can just do it, bro. By all means, if the end goal of 2026 is LA Knight being world champion and they just slow burning it, I guess I could be okay with that. But like the way I feel is just like he's been hot since 2023. That's like 2 years.
Consistently, like
consistently hot. The reactions don't dwindle. It's some weeks where like the crowd might be shit and he's still the loudest reaction in the building. Last week, really, for the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Was the loudest reaction in that Battle Royal. It's just like, what do we...
Like you said, man, you got like these 5 big events throughout the big 5 throughout the year. Like, we just can't keep skipping. I just don't.
Yeah. Like, stop making people... You want people to watch these shows, but it's like, stop making people think that these other shows don't matter and like only big stuff happens on these shows. Like, I read 2 reports about like the Bronsons being taken out of the Battle Royal, and then also like allegedly there's a plan in place for Braun Breaker to win the world title at some point, and they didn't want to do it on Saturday night's main event. And my thing is, because I don't necessarily go back and forth with people on Twitter about this, but I'll say there will be times where someone says, I'll use Collision for example with AEW. Some people will say like, oh, why would you put this match on a random Collision, or why would you put this match on Collision? Why do you, as an audience, you train people that these shows don't matter when you do stuff to avoid showing that it matters. Mm-hmm. Braun Breaker and CM Punk could have been on Saturday Night's main event, even if he didn't win. That would have been a good match. It would have been a way to tell people like, hey, like Saturday Night's main event matters. And I'm not saying it doesn't, because they have almost every match on Saturday Night's main event is a championship match this weekend. But it's like, if I want people to tune in,
we got 4 so far. They all championship matches.
All championship matches. If I want people to tune in, I'm going to do something to give them the impression that this show is important.
Yeah, like I said,
or that something could happen.
Like I said with the Seth turn, like make like the plots make us want to come back and keep watching. Like,
yeah,
you can't have like the heels keep winning off screen. Like, make some entertaining out of make it. It's like, damn, bro, I can't wait for next Monday, man. Yeah. I need Friday to hurry up, man. Like, because like, you got to keep us entertained. That's what kept us so entertained growing up. During like the Attitude Era, the Prime SmackDown era. It was these cliffhangers that just made us want to watch, made us didn't want to miss Monday nights and Friday nights at that last 10, 15 minutes, man. Yeah. So, like you said, man, even with like Collision AEW, they have like these great matches.
Yeah, like
you be like, damn, why are they doing this? But at least like the ending makes them be like, all right.
They're showing you that it should matter. Like, it shouldn't just be another TV show.
Yeah, you can like carry these storylines week to week without having somebody look weak or too strong. So
like, again, you have 4 championship matches, and in order for, I'm just gonna before we even get into predictions, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, because one of these is the vacant championship, there need to be at least 2 title changes on Saturday for people to feel like this show actually matters. For people to actually look at the Saturday Night's main event and think it matters.
Casuals to matter.
Yeah, and granted, I'll give them this too. Like, a lot of people are like, why are you putting John Cena's last match on Saturday Night's main event? To show it matters. You put something procedures on to make it watchable, to show that it matters.
Everybody doesn't have Netflix. Everybody doesn't have Peacock, but most people have NBC.
Yeah, it's on Peacock now. Like, it don't show on NBC.
Oh,
but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Do things to show people that these shows matter, bro. Like, stop waiting to. I don't know when they're supposed to pull the trigger on Braun Breaker. The report didn't say when, but they said there's a plan in place. Do things to show people these shows matter. You had simultaneously one of the best and worst things to happen to you when Seth Rollins got injured. Worse because obviously you had a long-term plan for the Vision as a group, and Braun Breaker was going to turn, and Bronson Reed was going to turn, but it was going to be at some point, and the group was starting to hit their stride. But best because you had an opportunity, and you had a weekend to think about it when you saw all them pictures, because I know they see it, because they say they're on Twitter backstage and Gorilla and all this other stuff. You had a weekend to really sit on what you wanted to do with the World Championship, or as far as a contender, and you pull them out of the Battle Royal because another report was like they were worried that the 2 of them were going to get babyface reactions, blah, blah, blah. Man, you can always make somebody do some diabolical shit and get the crowd back off their side, bro. Like,
he could have threw Punk or LA Knight over, and that would have been boom. That would have been a heel reaction right there, bro.
It's that easy. Yeah, man. So you got to do stuff to show people that these shows matter. So, again, before we even get into predictions, out of what I'm looking at, there need to be at least 2 title changes on Saturday for this shit to even feel like it matters. And it's not just a glorified house show, which is kind of what people look at Saturday Night's main event as now. JD versus Sheamus. The first match that made me feel something all night, to be honest, man. Which is crazy. It was second to last, but first match that made me feel something all night. My Sheamus agenda is once again very strong, man. Yep. One of the best TV wrestlers in the history of the company.
You push behind Sheamus TV matches, I push behind Sami Zayn TV matches. We just don't miss.
Yeah.
And JD, they say we got like the big 7 of, who is it? Dom, Ilya, Mello, Trick, Braun. Missing one more. But you got to throw JD in there. JD can be a future multi-time mid-card title. He can make a good tag team with somebody if you want to help them get over. JD has been carrying his weight since that concussion injury or
the
broken rib.
Broken rib and punctured lung. Yeah.
He's been delivering. He does the thing. I hope somebody is seeing what they see in him, because he puts on good matches and he does what needs to be done. So, Sheamus, JD, thank you for making this show feel like something. Cause
like I said, that match is the first time I felt something the whole show.
It's just
like
that he's
backstage segments, promos, all that. I felt something.
Just put two good guys who know how to work. Get them 10, 12 minutes and just make us feel something.
Yeah,
So.
and JD got to win, albeit by some questionable tactics and a shillelagh. JD got to win, man. The women's tag team title match. I have it's so much good to say about it. Like the chemistry between all four women was incredible. Lyra, of course, showing that she's ready for the moment, as she has over the course of the year. Bayley, Bayley's just Bayley.
Workhorse of the company.
Workhorse. But man, Charlotte Flair, dog, like
crazy upgrade from last Friday. A lot of mixed reactions about that Sol Ruka and Zarya tag match between them.
It could have been better, but
this was just a breath of fresh air. Hate to say it, but four women who just know how to do the damn thing. Man,
and I'm kind of in disbelief at the 180 that like Charlotte is taking, bro. Like I won't lie to you, like. Again, like I remember we read that report earlier in the year, and it was like, oh, it's gonna be a different side of Charlotte. And for like that month or two, she was feuding with Tiffany Stratton. I was like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Like this is the same Charlotte, bro. It's different. It's so different. And we kind of saw that evolution too, like how people kind of got for the hot tag, like when Charlotte was getting in the ring. It's different, and there was word around town was that when it came to TV wrestling, Charlotte used to like phone it in.
Yeah. Listen, I was there. You know what I'm saying? This rinse and repeat. I don't want to say the 5 moves of doom, but it was just same old.
Listen, I was deeply moved by that Charlotte performance, like so much so that I feel bad for anything I've ever said about her.
And like you said,
that's how I feel.
Like you've been saying with Sami Zayn on Twitter with the Blue Thunder Powerbomb. Charlie gets a win with a natural selection. Natural selection.
With a natural selection? Yeah.
Like,
dog.
Hey.
Dog. A double natural selection. I said, yo.
Great.
We're really here.
Like, listen, whoever booked Tiffany beating Charlotte at WrestleMania, thank you. Because this has been
the long run.
This has been.
Now, obviously, you got to work on whatever the fuck going on with Tiffany, but like this shit with Charlotte.
This has been like a breath of fresh air of one of the goats. You know what I'm saying? Charlotte has been great in ring work, but the emotions in some of her matches and storylines haven't really been there. But this has been a breath of fresh air. So, like I said, whoever booked Tiffany beating her at WrestleMania, thank you. I hope you didn't get into trouble for what you did, but this has been a great storyline, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how long it goes on because we got some.
We still got at least 2 teams to burn through.
Yeah.
But speaking of that, it kind of seems like the women's tag team champions are being pulled in multiple directions, because Friday night they had a bit of a confrontation with Nia Jax. Nia Jax doesn't have a tag team partner, so I don't know where that's gonna go. But anything to get Nia Jax away from the world title picture works for me. But also, we saw at the ending of Raw, the Kabuki Warriors made their presence felt, made it very clear that, like, we got next. But there was also another interesting wrinkle in there. I believe the Kabuki Warriors also attacked Lyra Valkyria. But Bayley enters the ring, and they don't attack Bayley. And we know Bayley's kind of going through this metamorphosis and like multiple personality, split personality thing. And I'm wondering, like, obviously I don't think Bayley's gonna turn heel, but I'm wondering, like, why didn't they? Like, is this a ploy to like try to get Damage Control back together? I don't know. Because if you remember, when Damage Control was like formed and all of them were in it, they turned on Bayley.
Yeah. This is
So I wonder.
I don't want to say a swerve, but this is some good details and creative, of going behind the fourth wall. We've seen Bailey had an interaction. She hugged a fan in the front row. I forgot what I heard about some segment was doing. I think it's her birthday or something. They were gonna do something. That would have been like a great way to introduce a new character or something like that. But yeah, man. Like I said earlier, with like booking the show, have these like cliffhangers of really what's going on. Like what does this mean? Even for like couple seconds, couple minutes of like, why didn't they attack Bailey? Like let's do some deep diving. Let's let the fans think about what's gonna happen. This is a great way to make the women's tag division even more entertaining because it's been kind of flat throughout the years. Whether it was the curse of the whoever holds the title gets hurt, and some of like they just kept repeating the same storyline. So this is fresh. I like how they doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like I said a couple weeks ago, if they keep like a fatal four-way or like a ladder or something with multiple women teams matches having for women's tag team titles, like they did on SmackDown, it could just be something fresh that we've been waiting to see for a while now. Because you got the right characters, the right workers. You just had like some storylines, and I think you cook it with grease. So I'll see what they do for this with Bailey because this is gonna be good.
And again, we talked about this. This was like a couple episodes ago, but like they're doing the women. I mean, SmackDown's women kind of need some work, but for the most part, the women are like the best consistently written product. Post WrestleMania, like it feels like there's more depth to these characters. It feels like there's more stories outside of just like worried about being world champion. Like it feels like there's real stories there, and it feels like there's real consistency, and they're being put on equal footing with the men. Obviously, the next step is like what we talked about earlier with like the WrestleMania poster. Like, hey, bro, like you gotta accept like these niggas getting up there in age. Like everybody on that WrestleMania poster was like 40 plus, bro.
Yeah.
So, shit. Good work so far, though. I'm definitely interested to see the next step. They really, I'll say the last few tag team champions we've had. So I believe that's Charlotte and Bliss. Before them, it was Liv. Liv, Raquel, and then also Raquel and Roxanne. Before them, it was Naomi and Bianca, and then Jade Bianca. They've all, like, to me, the tag team titles for the women have never felt more important than they do now. Well, over the past year or so.
Yeah, it's been.
But in particular, the last few champions, like the tag team titles actually feel like important. Like it doesn't feel like they're just being lugged around.
At least since it hasn't been this really important since.
Maybe since the inception.
Maybe since Sasha and Bailey were like it's just
like literally maybe since like the first 2 or 3 matches they've existed. But like they feel super important. They don't feel like just accessories. For the most part, there aren't really like tag teams that are just thrown together. Like these are like legitimate stables. Like the Secret Service is a stable. Bailey and Lyra are like more of a cohesive tag team than they were prior to WrestleMania. We obviously know about the Judgment Day. We know about the history of the Kabuki Warriors. Like even Rhea and Io doesn't feel like necessarily thrown together. Like it feels like a tag team that makes sense.
And like whoever beats Alexa and Charlotte will have a good amount of credibility going forward too.
Absolutely,
because the title seems something. So
yeah, just because of like who they've beaten and like the stories they've built, like in the process of like being these champions. Like I didn't even know until Charlotte said it, but like they're like two defenses away from being or having the most defenses of the tag team titles of all, like women's tag team titles. Yeah. So they're doing a great job making it important, but like I really have no complaints. We just have to get our Saturday night's main event predictions in, and we are out of here. So I will start with the excuse me, the WWE Undisputed Championship match, which is Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. Very much a Cody fan, but I've been adamant that it is time for a little bit of a shakeup, even if it is a short-term run. Doesn't have to be a 365-day thing. I think it is time for Cody to come up off the belt and maybe later on in the year get it back or sometime WrestleMania, whatever. Like, but it's cool to have him do the chase for a while. So I will go Drew McIntyre over Cody Rhodes for the WWE title.
I'm going Drew as well. It's been a while. WrestleMania 40 since he's had like the world title. So this time they'll give Drew some credibility. It's been a long year and a half, couple of years. You know what I'm saying? We need to build him back up as one of being the top guys of the company because he carries his character very well on screen, off screen. The trash talk, he's just in his bag. Let him be a top guy for a couple months until WrestleMania or WrestleMania season was coming up soon. So let Drew get his let Drew shine for a little bit. It's time, man. Hopefully, you know, Randy comes back, cost Cody the title. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that WrestlePalooza alternate ending is like it's very much the one you should go for.
So yeah, I'm hoping for Drew to get his shine, man.
Yeah, and he has to because again, like Drew has lost like a lot of like big feuds, bro. So like, yeah, he's a good heel, but like, eventually people got to see you win, or they're not gonna believe in you. And like, people are that belief has kind of waned a little bit. So I definitely think it will be important for him to win this match. Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton. This is another one of those matches where I feel like something has to happen in order for like people to fully be invested. I think Tiffany's had a great reign, been champion for over a year, has some quality defenses. The storylines have left a lot to be desired for the most part, but the quality of matches hasn't necessarily been hurt. I think Jay's ready, man. I liked what I saw from her in the past few matches she's had for the women's title. I think this is time to pull the trigger. You've gotten her a new character, and let's just see what a heel Jade Cargill can do. In the again, it doesn't have to be a long-term thing. You get you a baby face to rise up against her, and a reign of terror or whatever she has going on, and you go from there. I'm going with Jade Cargill.
I'm just hoping they do the right thing, man. I think it's time, like you said. Tiffany's had a great run. Jade has looked a lot better in the ring. Well, I think that was their biggest concern with Jade is how she looks in the ring. Perfect timing, you know what I'm saying? Little injury with Nia with the steel steps. Maybe happened at the right time, blessing in disguise. But I think it is time for Jade to be a champion. Her heel work in AEW was amazing. Get her these squash matches. Do what you can do. Make her look credible. Make her like a boss. That bitch. Until it is time for Bianca to come back. Because I think that might be the WrestleMania main match. Jade versus Bianca. Have Bianca climb that tree again of being the title. Hunting for the title, like you said, with Cody. So, Jade, I hope it's time they do the right thing and strike with iron's hot, because this is like your best work at being a dominant heel, man. So, I'm going for Jade.
We have the triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship. Dominic versus Rusev versus Penta. I think we can still roll with Dominic for being champion for a little bit longer. If I had to pick someone other than him, I would definitely pick Penta. I think Penta's been around long enough. The match quality has been exceptional. I think my main complaint with Penta was him not necessarily having like real stories. Like, yeah, you're going out there and putting on these banger matches, but like, I feel like he is capable of like having a real storyline with someone. So I'm going to choose Dominic, but I would be okay with Penta winning.
I'm going to go with Penta just because what you said, man. I think it's time. I think we know these cracks in Judgment Day. I think this might be the perfect time to like fully implode them, of all of them being titleless now. So I'm going with Penta. So hopefully we get this Judgment Day, break up, switch up, whatever you want to do. I just think it's time. So I'm going with Penta to win this Saturday.
And in what I assume will be the main event, could be wrong, but in what I would assume would be the main event, we have main event Jey Uso versus the best in the world, CM Punk, for the vacant World Heavyweight Championship. Tough to call it just because of what we see going on the TV. It very much does appear that, Jey Uso is undergoing some type of character metamorphosis. We see, people have been calling him Lil Roman these past couple of weeks because he's exuding traits of the tribal chief that, a lot of us have been familiar with over the past like 2-3 years. But my gut is telling me to roll with CM Punk here. I think it's the perfect, even again, it's another case of it doesn't have to be a long-term thing. But on the event that it is, there is a particular matchup at WrestleMania that a lot of people have been eyeing for the last year or so, and feel like it probably should have happened a while ago. I'm in particular talking about Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk. There was a segment at one point this year where Cody's and I believe this is for the King of the Ring semis, and Cody's walking past him backstage, and he tells CM Punk like, "No, we can't run away from each other forever.
Yeah,
you can't run away from having this match forever, man. Like it has to happen at some point." Cody Rhodes is 40 years old. CM Punk is 47, I believe, turned 48 the other day. He might be 47. I don't know. But at some point, you have to have this matchup. What better place to have it than at WrestleMania? Yeah, if you're so keen on having big things happen in big places. Two of your biggest stars. So I could absolutely see CM Punk winning the world title, holding on to it at WrestleMania, and then we get a Cody Rhodes and CM Punk face off at WrestleMania. So give me CM Punk for the World Championship at Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, I'm going with Punk as well because I do not want Jay touching that world title again. I love you, Oos, but storyline-wise, I don't know where they would go with this. Little rinse and repeat. So I'm going with CM Punk. You say Punk versus Rhodes. I think Punk gets his title, and then hopefully that man comes back walking down because you did not carry that title with prestige as I once did. So I'm going with Punk. Hopefully Gunther rematch soon, and then we might get, Punk win at EC because EC is in Chicago next year, and I think that might be a good way to get Punk number one contender. So I'm going with Punk getting his world title. Let him have a good reign, longer than 5 minutes at SummerSlam. So I hope Punk closes the show and gets his full Punk moment of being a world champion as one of the reasons why he came back to the company, man. And Like I said, man, Jay being world title again, man, I just don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't think it's the right direction. I think you can tell the story of Jey Uso without the world title for the time being.
Please.
Yeah. Other than that, we are good for today. Obviously, next week we will have the review of Saturday night's main event, the review of SmackDown, and the review of Raw. It'll be November, so hopefully we'll have kind of a clearer beat on like what War Games is going to look like, or maybe the build will have started by some point.
Listen, just come on, wrestling gods, YS6, MFT, does that feed you? No, just something, please, bro. Let us be wrong. Please.
So we'll see what that looks like. Hopefully, by like I said, we'll have some sort of a clearer picture, at least on one show or the other. If not, then it'll just be regular review. But yeah, man, this is a great episode 24 of the Off the Top Rope podcast. We are on all socials: Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Follow us, like, subscribe, comment, share, repost, all that jazz. Tell a friend to tell a friend, man.
Follow the network.
Follow the network on YouTube. Yeah, man, that's it for today, man. Thank you. Episode 24. We will see you next week for 25. Out.